So today I just wanted to share a video that is just a compilation of some of the things that our family eats on a regular basis. I am a huge, I mean, I'm always trying to encourage people to eat healthy and that they can be their own health and wellness advocate. And I think that it is a lot simpler than we think. Many times it just comes down to the decisions about what we eat. None of us is perfect, and I'm certainly not either. But as a holistic nutritionist, I am always trying to get as many whole foods into our family as possible, eating way less processed food if we can help it, and getting in and out of the kitchen as quickly as possible. So these are just this is just kind of a window into some of the things that we eat on a regular basis. If you are in a dinner or lunch rut, like I know I get into sometimes, then this is definitely a video to give you some ideas. It may be things that you have already made before, but seeing someone else make it, sometimes it just gives you that little bit of inspiration or that idea about what you're going to feed your family for the next week. So I hope that this video is helpful. The food is gluten-free and dairy-free and as many whole foods as I could possibly get. And without further ado, check out the video. Last night for dinner, I made a combination of just some root vegetables, some squash. So there's butternut squash in here, as well as roasted sweet potato cubes. And then I did some sauteed kale today. I just sauteed with some onions and some seasonings, just some grass-fed beef. And I'm going to make just a lunch bowl out of that. Then we are going to add in the ground beef, and just like that, lunch or dinner, it's a meal idea. Really filling, really hearty, a lot of protein from the beef, and then you have beta carotene. My goodness, like I see anything orange and I get excited because I know I'm getting a bunch of nutrients. And then cooked kale. I don't do anything raw with kale because it can be very hard on the digestive system. And if you can't absorb your food, if you can't digest your food, you can't absorb any of the nutrients in it. I also added fat to my butternut squash and sweet potato so that my body can actually absorb the fat soluble vitamins like the beta carotene, aka vitamin A, pre-vitamin A. And we've got our grass-fed, grass-finished beef, and I did not drain any of the fat from this either. So that's how you stay full for a long time. And that is just a lunch option. So it's a butternut squash and sweet potato cubes, some sauteed kale, and the chicken breast with Italian seasoning and some caramelized onions. So as I am cooking this lentil pasta, I use a lot of red lentil pasta. This one I'm using the yellow lentil, or sometimes I'll use brown rice pasta. So they tend to boil up a lot because it's a really starchy, fibrous pasta since it's made out of beans. So what I like to do is keep some ice cubes nearby, and as it starts to boil over, or if it looks like it's going to, I will just pop in just 1 or 2 ice cubes and it goes right back down. Just like that. So to my pasta sauce with my grass-fed, grass-finished ground beef or whatever ground meat you like, I'm just gonna add in about half of this bag. And we're gonna mix that in. This also has a bunch of Italian seasoning, a bunch of garlic, things that I always add to my pasta sauce that's already in here. If you don't like spinach, you could always add something like diced carrots that are finely diced. I also added some frozen, just diced onions as I was cooking my meat. And that's just a way to get in a lot of extra nutrients and vegetables into your pasta sauce. So I am just mixing it around in here, letting everything get coated, and then I let my pasta sit. Look at all that steam. Use a box and a half of that pasta because typically those bean pastas have about 10 ounces of pasta in the box, and your typical regular spaghetti or pasta is like 12 to 16 ounces. So I always add a little bit, half more of that. So I'm gonna add some more of those noodles. So these are just some of the things that we eat on a regular basis. I love sharing grocery hauls and recipes and different things like that because I truly believe that what we put in our bodies has one of the biggest impacts on our health. And that starts really at the grocery store and on the end of our fork. It is so crucial that we are eating things that are going to nourish and fuel our bodies so that our bodies can do what God created them to do. I hope that this was encouraging. You can check out a ton of other, whether it's a podcast episode that I've done on wellness or if it's a video that I've shared here on YouTube. Stay tuned because I have so much more to come. Hopefully, I can be an encouragement to you going into the new year and just going into a new day of stewarding your wellness and being intentional about your health. So until next time, your life matters. What you do with it matters. So what will you steward well? Peace.